So hi everyone, how are you doing all? Welcome back to my YouTube channel Fitness Freak Computer Geek. In the last lecture we have shown about some coding example of for loop, while loop and do while loops, which I have shown you some prominent programs like palindrome number and Armstrong number. Also I have shown you some pattern matching coding. Okay, hope you have practiced all the coding parts, and also hope you have practiced more problems whose links I have given in the description there. Okay, so after practicing all that problem, let us now continue our lecture. I have told you that we will discuss now continue and break statement. These are also comes under control flow, and this is I can say that this is last theoretical lesson on control flow. Okay, after that I will make some lectures on coding, and then I will teach you new topic, that is function. Okay, so without wasting time, let's begin. Let me hop up to my PowerPoint slide now. So break, what is break statement? So if you remember about switch statement, okay, hope you remember the let that suppose SWITCH, and also I have given you some brief introduction about this switch break statement. Okay, switch case. So if you remember that there was some code. Okay, so inside there were some cases. Okay, something like that, and inside those cases, after the case is over, we use it's something like that. Okay, so if you remember it, we use break. So what does the break do? And after this break statement use, it just immediately come out of this loop. Okay, so we will not execute it, or no more executing the remaining code of this block. Okay, so we just come out of the loop. So this is the usage of break. Okay, break is just used to take you out of the normal execution of block. Okay, so these are mainly used with switch case and while do while for loops. Why can't I use in normal code where no switch case or no if else or no loops where we use? Why can't you can use there, but it will not show you any much effect. Suppose you use inside a main function and void main function, like suppose print suppose you write the sum of two number code and you print use the break statement there. So it will do nothing. It will just come out of main function block and do nothing. It will not show you much effect. Otherwise, regardless of that, after executing the main function, we generally come out of the loop directly. Okay, there is no much usage of break statement excluding the switch case and loops and if else statements. Okay, all the conditional expression we can use break with them. Okay, so it will not much helpful in normal function. Okay, hope you get it. If you don't get it, I will show you a programming example in the upcoming lecture. Okay, so don't worry about it. Just remember that point, that is not much of usage there. Okay, if some of you might be getting this, some of you might be able to analyze this, they might be getting it. Okay, what I'm trying to say here. So now moving on, let me give some points on break. Okay, so break statement provide an early exit from for loop, while loop and do while loop. Okay, so what does this mean? Means it provide us early exit from while loop, do while loop and switch case. Okay, so what does mean? Means if you're executing normally inside a block, so usage of if you use break statement inside it somewhere, use break statement here somewhere, no, like this, you will break statement there, we will directly come out of this loop. Okay, so it early exit means what? If suppose that condition suppose there is loop going on, let me show you that. What does this mean? Early exit, what does this mean? Suppose I equal to 0, initially we are defining it, and I less than 5, I plus plus, suppose there is loop going on. Suppose I value is now happen to be 3, and we have two more condition to go. We have one more condition to go, that is fourth one, but we are currently in I equal to 3 part. So what if you use break here? So suppose we have given some condition that I equal to 3, just use the break statement here. So what will it do? It will, without executing the fourth part, it will directly come out of the loop. Okay, so it is known as early exit. Means what? Means there are some condition remain to be executed, but we are executed from the loop earlier than the condition that has to be evaluated. Okay, so if you are getting it. So now moving on, we go to the next point. If break causes the innermost enclosing loop or switch to be exited immediately. Okay, if you're getting it, and this is just inference of the previous point which I have described here. Okay, nothing more. That innermost enclosing loop means what? Suppose there are nested loop are there, you will understand it when I will give you example of nested loop. Okay, some of you might be getting, suppose there are 3 level of loops. Okay, and suppose we use break in the innermost level. Okay, we are using break here. So this is the innermost block, this is that one more level of block, and this is the topmost level of block. So suppose we use break in the innermost loop. So what will it do? It will not, it will not terminate the entire block. It will just come out this block, inner block, to the outer block, the nearest outer block. Okay. So this, what this statement means, the break of the innermost closing loop or switch to be exited immediately. Okay. So we will exit from the innermost loop. Okay. So what does this mean? Suppose break is used in this loop, so we will exit and we will start executing this loop. We will not come out of all the 3 levels loop, but you will, you will just come out of the most nearest inner block. Okay. So after that, suppose that now in this case, if it is not used here, okay, for example sake, suppose that for now break is not used here in the innermost loop. Okay, suppose we cut out this block. Okay, there is no break statement. Suppose break statement is used in this block. So what will it do? It will just come out of this block to the outermost block, this block. Hope you are getting it. It will, because it the most nearest. So what we'll do, we just come out of this, second innermost to the first one. Okay. So hope you are getting it. It will just come out, take you out of the loop to the most nearest loop. Okay. It will not take you out from the most farthest one, but the nearest one. Okay. Hope you are getting it. Hope it is clear to you. So now moving on. So now let me show you the flowchart of break statement, where you can use the break statement in a do while loop and a for loop. I will show you different flowchart of them. Okay. So first of all, let's discuss about while loop, how the break statement work in a while loop. Okay. More or less the break statement work in all the loops in the same way. The difference comes whenever we use continue statement. Okay, in a different loop it behave differently. Okay, I will show you, and I will also explain you there, and I will also show you in the coding example. Okay, so let me show you. So first we will start. If you remember the while loop, flowchart, it's not harder for you. So first of all, there were code block is used to. This is not while case. Okay, this is the case of do while. Sorry, okay, do while flowchart, because code block is, we execute code block before the execution of decision part. Before we go into decision block, we just execute the code block. Okay, so this is the case of do while loop. Okay, so then we check the expression, and if condition is true, then we again come back to the code block and execute that code. Okay, we will do it unless the condition becomes false. If it becomes false, we will terminate the code. Okay, so now this is one way of moving out of this block. Another way could be what? Suppose in a code block, you are writing your code. You are writing your code here, and someone use break statement here. So what will it do? So it will directly come out of the loop. Okay, hope you are getting it. It is very easy. Nothing tougher to be explained here. Okay, hope you are getting it. So now moving on. Now let me show you how break work in a while loop case. Okay, no much different is just it's the way of writing the it's merely depend on the blocks we are using. Okay, nothing much difference will come. Okay, so in while loop, what you do, we first check the condition. If it is happen to be true, then we execute the code block, then we again come to the expression part. Okay, to check the expression. If it is true, then again execute the code block. In some case, suppose after executing the code block in the expression here, so if the expression happened to be false, then what you used to do, what we were doing, you were just terminating the block. So suppose there is one more case arise. Suppose executing the code block, someone use a break statement here. After the use a break, what will happen? We will just directly come out of the loop. We will not go into expression part and directly go to termination case. Okay, hope you are getting it. It's very naive term. Okay, I don't know how, try my best to explain it in a very easy way. Okay, so now moving on. So let me now move into the continue block. It works differently for while and do while and for loop. Okay, it's not that much differently, but code flow just work differently, minor difference, okay, not much, very much different will come. If you can adjust it, we can use both the loop, but you have to take especially taken care of using continuous statement while using while loop. Okay, let us see the first point. The continuous statement is related to break but less often used. Okay, it is generally do the same tasks as break. It generally do same work as break, but difference comes in break statement will directly terminate the loop. In this case, it will go to the updation part for loop and condition part for while loop. Okay, it's just go into the condition or updation part respectively rather than terminating the block. Okay, hope you are getting it. Causes the next iteration of the condition unclosing for while or do loop to begin. Okay, so next iteration means what? Suppose you use while block here, and there will be some condition and there will be an expression. Okay, so in the middle of expression someone have used continue block. And similarly, suppose someone has used for loop here. Okay, let me explain this point. So there are condition, suppose there is some condition and there is some increment part here. Okay, I plus something, I less than 5, I equal to 0. Okay, something like that, another matter. So and the block begin, and same someone has used continue block in the middle of it somewhere. Okay, so let me explain you how it works differently in both the cases. So in the first cases, whenever you use the continue part, we go into the expression part here, need condition part here. Okay, so suppose condition is I less than 5, so you are going to condition part in case of while loop, and in case of for loop we just go into the updation part. This is the difference between while loop and do while loop while using continue, which I have explained you that I will give you some example when I will discuss this part. So you can see this go into condition part, and in this case it is not go into condition part, is go to the updation part. So this is the basic difference of continue while working with while and for loop respectively. Okay, so in case of while loop we generally have the habit of writing increment or decrement part at the end of sentence. So after continue block, if you use continue, it will skip all the statement, okay, remaining of the remaining block, and it will directly go to the condition checking part. Okay, so be conscious about writing this before continue, because if you don't write it, then it might not change this value every time, and you might fall in infinite loop. Okay, infinite loop, it can happen. So be careful while using continue in a loop while block. Okay, and for for loop we directly go into updation part. There might not be any need of checking the condition, but here you must be very careful. Okay, this is important one. So now moving on. So in the while and do, this means that the test part is executed immediately. In the for, control passes to the increment step. Oh, hope you are getting it. I have explained this point earlier. Okay, so in case of while and do, that means that test part is executed, the condition checking part, and in case of for loop, increment step. Okay, increment or decrement or updation step, you can say it. So this is the basic difference of using continue and break here. Okay, so you must remember this point, you keep this point in your mind. Nevertheless, when you will move into the coding session, it will definitely cement in your brain. Okay, so most effective way of learning anything is to use the things in your life or use your practical application. Then that thing will remain in your brain for longer period. Okay, as compared to mugging it off. So I generally don't prefer anyone to mug it off. Okay, just understand this point and keep it in your mind in your own way. Okay, if you understand anything, it will remain in your brain for a long time. Okay, so hope you're getting it. So now moving on. So the continue statement apply only to loops, not to switch. Okay, so in switch case it will not be beneficial to use continuous statement. Okay, why? Because if you suppose you write the case something here, you continue block, it will just go to the condition checking part. So again it will run the loop again at some point, and it will not skip anything. Again it will take the condition value and it will execute the cases accordingly. Okay, so it better not to use continue there. It will no use of there. Okay, I have explained earlier that these are used in a special case only. Okay, cannot be used in every type of code. Okay, so hope you are getting it. A continue inside a switch statement, a loop causes the next loop iteration. So what does this mean? What does this say? A continue inside a switch, inside a loop. What does this mean? Means there are some loop. Okay, suppose this is loop, some loop, while or do while, I don't care, and inside this loop there are switch statement, switch. Switch are there, and inside the switch we use continue here. So what does this continue signify? It will not, in earlier it has to use to come out. So what happened earlier this happened to be come out in the outer block, okay, which I have explained there. But in this case it will come to the directly to the updation part here. Okay, hope you're getting it. It will not happen, but this will happen by using continue statement inside a switch, which is again inside a loop. It will just take you to the updation part of the loop, or if you use while loop then condition checking, and if you use for loop then it will go to the updation part. Okay, hope you're getting it. Hope it is clear to you. It's very easy thing. So apply only to loop, not to switch. A continuous inside a switch, inside a loop, causing the next loop iteration. Okay, hope you're getting it. So it will just come here part. Okay, so hope you're getting it. Hope it is clear to you. So moving on, let me see the next point. So the continuous statement is often used when the part of the loop that follow is complicated, so that reversing a test and indenting another level would nest the program too deeply. What does this mean? It means that suppose there are, just talking about multiple loop. Okay, so there are suppose there are 4 level of loop or 5 level of loop. Okay, so it is better to use continue inside this loop. Level of means what? If suppose this is n, this is n, this is n, this is n, this all the loop move up to n. I will explain time complexity in algorithm part. Okay, if I get the time to explain it. So time complexity becomes order of n power 5. Okay, so it is very much longer time complexity. Okay, so in order to avoid it, we just use continue sometime. Okay, it will not affect you asymptotically, but it will definitely save you some time. Okay, asymptotically the value will remain same almost, but using continue we can just reduce somewhat time complexity, somewhat, some extent. So this is what mean the statement. We can reduce this part. Okay, reduce. So you might be not getting it, so it will reduce this part. Okay, so hope it is clear to you. Okay, so continuous statement use when the part of the loop that follow is complicated, so the reversing test and indenting another level would nest the program too deeply. Means it will go too deeper and deeper. If you use continuous statement, it will give you some relief while going into the deeper into the code, more deeper into the code. So hope it is clear to you. Hope you are getting it. Now let's moving on. Let me show you the flow diagram of continuous statement. I am moving some fastly here. You can see that because it's not that difficult to understand these topics. These are very easy if you understand all the other control flow earlier that. Okay, these are just additional to use inside the other conditional expression or statements or blocks. Okay, hope you are getting it. Now moving on. So we'll just see the flowchart of continuous statement. Okay, so it will just move into the condition checking part or updation part. Okay, depend on the loop you are using. For while loop it will just go to the condition checking part, and for loop it go to the updation part. Okay, hope it is clear to you. It's just a theoretical thing. You will understand it more when I will show you the coding part. Okay, so this is normal case of what code block expression, suppose I'm giving you just another example. So what does, if suppose we use continue here, so what will it will go earlier if you remember, whenever you are using break here instead of continue, if you are using break here in the earlier case, it is used to go to the termination part, but if you are in this continue part, it will just go to the expression part here. Okay, so it will go to the expression part here. Okay, so what you can see there, that it somewhat reduce the complexity of code to get enhanced performance to some extent. We might be not want to that input to be used in between. So it is generally used whenever you have some bunch of numbers. Suppose you have bunch of number from -5 to 10 and you only want the positive number, so you can eliminate those negative number using continue part. It is used to just skipping the some part of the code. Okay, break is used to do the same. Okay, of course it reducing the number of students, but it directly terminate the loop. It will not terminate the loop, it just go to the next updation or upgrade condition checking. So you will understand it more when I will move on to the coding section. Okay, so for now just understand it going manner. Okay, so hope you're getting it. Now moving on. So thank you for watching this lesson. This lesson is nothing much to tell you about it, just just theoretical part here something, and it's very easier if you have earlier understand the loops after explaining the loops and loops part and switch case, and if it is somewhat easier for you. Okay, so hence I have gone some faster in this case. In next lecture we will show some coding example of this to break and continue, then we will move into our next topic, that is functions. Okay, so thanks for watching, see you soon.